Rescue workers and activists are describing a horrific bombardment of an opposition-controlled village in northern Syria near the rebel-held city of Idlib. And videos from the scene show at one point what appears to be an explosive device floating down over the village, hanging from a parachute and then detonating with just a terrible mushroom cloud. Now, members of the White Helmets rescue workers say that at least 35 people were killed in this series of airstrikes, which hit a school. Among those killed, at least 20 children, and some of the video from the scene shows children's backpacks next to the demolished shell of the school building. Now, this, of course, isn't the first time that we've seen atrocities like this committed in Syria throughout this 5-year civil war. And in fact, a top United Nations official, he testified in front of the United Nations Security Council this week, and he basically denounced both Syrian rebel groups as well as the Syrian government and its Russian allies for a breakdown in negotiations over the course of the last week for the evacuation of some of the tens of thousands of civilians trapped in besieged eastern rebel-held Aleppo. Take a listen.
The Aleppo offensive by Syrian and Russian military forces has been the most sustained and intensive aerial bombardment campaign witnessed since the beginning of the conflict more than half a decade ago. The results in human terms have been horrific. Aleppo has essentially become a kill zone. I cannot help but be incandescent with rage. Month after month, worse and worse, and nothing is actually happening to stop the war, stop the suffering.
Stephen O'Brien said that airstrikes had killed at least 400 people in a month in rebel-held East Aleppo, and that rebel mortar attacks had killed perhaps 100 additional civilians on the Syrian government-controlled side of the front lines. The United Nations Children's Fund has called the school bombardment near Idlib a war crime. Ivan Watson, CNN, Istanbul.